ॐ ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति 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 Context. Action presupposes a desire. If you can manage desire at the action level, it is karma yoga. If you can manage desire at the desire level, it is vairagya. The knowledge of Maya is how you manage desire at the desire level. Okay. Question. Please elaborate on how we can manage desires at the desire level. At our level of evolution, could we attempt to manage desire at the desire level? Clarification. At our level, can we manage desire at the desired level? The answer is no. Don't try to manage. Don't try to manage desire. Focus on karma yoga. Focus on karma yoga. Don't try to manage desires. You can only focus on karma yoga. You cannot focus on the word managing means the attempt you make to eliminate the very source of the desire, the very root of the desire, which you cannot do now. Because in order to do that, the desire must lose its intensity first. When the intensity of the desire is less, then you can attack it at the root. Now, primary responsibility is to reduce the intensity of the desire. One. Second, you can't simultaneously practice both. You can't say, sometime I will practice karma yoga, sometimes I'll try to practice vairagya also. Practice karma yoga. And the very practice of karma yoga is a very indirect way of practicing vairagya anyway. Please understand that. Practicing karma yoga itself is vairagya. But in the strict sense of the term, we will not call it as vairagya. Therefore, we divide it into two. What practice? Practice karma yoga. And practicing karma yoga itself is a very indirect way of practicing vairagya. If that's what is going to give you satisfaction, call yourself like that. It's not wrong. It's not like you are saying I am wise. That is entirely wrong. But you can say by practicing karma yoga, also you are practicing vairagya in a very limited way. Practicing vairagya means a level of contentment is required to practice vairagya. Remember that a frustrated, agitated person cannot practice vairagya. Frustrated, agitated person will only seek solutions for frustration and agitation, and vairagya is not that solution. Remember that. Again, I repeat. To practice vairagya, contentment is required. A discontented person or a frustrated, agitated human being will only try for what? Will only try seeking solutions for frustration and agitation. Of the very many solutions, vairagya is one solution. No, you cannot call it like that. Therefore, Vairagya requires a contentment. Karma Yoga requires clarity on the goal. Remember that. Karma Yoga requires clarity on the goal. Vairagya requires contentment. But sir, if I am contented already, why will I practice Vairagya? It means you have not understood what contentment itself is and why contentment is very essential for Vairagya. For Karma Yoga will give you a contentment. And that contentment is necessary. That strength of contentment is necessary to practice Vairagya. Today, the problem is those who don't have the strength of contentment wants to practice Vairagya, which doesn't work. That's why you can hear everybody talking about Vairagya, but very few actually will have Vairagya. Therefore, we always say practice Karma Yoga, and that practicing Karma Yoga itself will give a sense of contentment, and that contentment is necessary to look penetratively into the source of the desire by which you will be able to transcend the desire. In order to look penetrative into the desire, and if you penetratively look into the desire, what are you supposed to see there? When you look penetratively into a desire, you are supposed to see. Now, it is like in meditation class, they will say, see, you will see blue color. No, you will start looking, you will start searching for blue color. After a while, you will suddenly start seeing blue color. Actually, there is no blue color there. Your mind have started to imagine a blue color. Only Shankar told me he has not gone for any meditation class here. Narayanji, I know you also didn't go for any meditation. Vedanta class customer meditation class. Rashekar, you go for meditation classes also? You don't go, no? Ah, good. Then how will I teach now? Then what will I do? Now don't go, I will tell you. They will say, you will see this. Now what will happen? You will start searching for it first. Except the blue color, all colors will come. After a while, suddenly the blue color will appear. You come back thinking you saw blue color. Yeah, you went for meditation class, no? You also didn't go. Don't lie. She's lying. I know. Poor thing. Blue color, huh? You sleep. Ah, very good. Ah. She went for meditation class and she slept there. Shankar, companion for you. Yeah, she went for meditation class and she slept there. Therefore, no problem. If you, what are you supposed to see into a desire? You are supposed to see the illusion of happiness there. Don't say futility. It means you have not understood. You are supposed to see an illusion there. What is the illusion that you are supposed to see? Desire is an illusion of happiness. Correct? You are supposed to see it. You are supposed to see an illusion of happiness there. It means you have developed Vairagya, you have developed penetrating capacity. That's what I said, the knowledge of Maya. Again, I repeat, if you look penetratively into a desire, you are not supposed to say it is useless. If you say it is useless, we'll say, okay, very good. You have a very good maturity. Go back to Karma Yoga. If you look at a desire, what are you supposed to see there? What will you see? Blue color Madhuri, you have to see something. What will you see? The illusion of happiness. Because desire is not, desire no Maya. The tree and the rock outside is not Maya. The desire inside you is Maya. And what is Maya? Illusion of happiness. In that illusion, you get deluded. That illusion creates a delusion and you go chase it. Now, first thing is to get over the delusion first. Then you can look into the illusion clearly. Are you able to follow the sequence, Amit? So when you look into the desire penetratively, you are supposed to see one thing. What? The illusion of happiness. That illusion of happiness, contentment. You are supposed to see there. Search for it, you can never find. You will only see happiness. You will only see, no, sir, it is okay, but objectively, if I chase desire, what will happen? Yeah, objectively, you will chase illusion, and objectively, you will get beaten up also. And objectively, you have to go through the pain also. Where is the problem? Follow? Therefore, it's very clear. What is the very clear? What is the clarity? If you look into the desire penetratively, you will see one thing. Fifth time I'm repeating. What are you supposed to see there? Illusion of happiness. Desire means a unfulfillment. Desire springs from an unfulfillment, and that unfulfillment will give, and that unfulfillment will drive you to an object, and that object or being gives you an illusion of happiness. That's Maya. So what is Maya? The sense of unfulfillment is Maya, thinking that an object or being is going to make you full is Maya. So there are two aspects to it. Is it okay? Next clarification. Is it possible to manage desire at the thought level before it becomes a desire? How? Is it possible to manage desire at the thought level before it becomes a desire? How? What he's asking is, Dhyayato Vishayan Pumsaha, at the level of thought itself, if I can manage, then it is easy. No. Is it possible to manage desire at the thought level itself like that? For that, you have to be a bit smart. You have to be a bit intelligent to do that. What is it? Step number 1. I'm not saying this. Yama gives this beautiful sequence in Kathopanishad to Nachiketas. Beautiful list he gives. First thing is, as a human being, you are careless and negligent, he says. A human being is careless. A human being is negligent. Of what? Of what he is careless and negligent? The value of human life. The value of being a human being, the human being is careless and negligent. If you have to manage that thought, first thing you have to do is what? You have to recognize the value of being a correct. Second, step number 2. Because of this negligence, wrong priorities. Because of this negligence, wrong priorities. What is the wrong priority? The world, acquisition, enjoyment, all this becomes a priority. Therefore, if you have to manage something at the thought level itself, you need to follow these practices repeatedly again. And the first thing is what? Remember the value of human, what it is to be a human being. Individually, yeah. Don't look at others around you and say, nobody's around me is human being, sir. Forget about them. Understand the value of you being a human individually. At least with my Dharma Patni, can I go and understand the value of human life? Drop everything. Drop everything. The moment you understand the value of this, you will not be careless, negligent. If you are careless and negligent, you don't know the value. So first thing is you have to know the value of it. Once you know the value of it, you will not be careless and negligent. What is meant by careless and negligent? Wrong priorities in life. Because of this wrong priority in life, what happens? Life itself is seen in a very narrow way. What is life seen in a very narrow way? The first few years of your life is practically useless. The last few years of your life is also practically useless. Yeah. Winding down. Winding down. One by one, the organs will start winding down. Yeah, it will start. What's wrong in that? It will start. So the first few years are practically useless because you are winding up. So the first few years is practically useless by winding up. And then the last few years, winding down. In between, what happens? In between, what happens? The wrong priorities takes you in different directions. Lord Yama says, you will be under my spell again and again and again. If you have to control desire at the thought level itself, in one word, remember Yama. In one word, remember Yama. Vaimar, you should be scared. No, I'm a very bold person. I'm not scared of. I'm not scared of anything, nor I'm not a coward. I'm not scared of dying. It's not that. You should be scared of, because going through it again and again and again. Because of the wrong priorities, that person doesn't have a conviction in Dharma. Because that person doesn't have a conviction in Dharma, there is no Karma Yoga, there is no purification process, there is no spiritual growth at all possible. If all this is not happening, then what is happening? He see only a life, he see a life of Artha and Kama, and that Artha Kama is only about acquisition and enjoyment. So in order to control it at the thought level itself, remember, Amit, desire, don't immediately think of desiring an object. The very unfulfillment is what we call as desire here. So when you ask how to control desires, in your head, what you should replace it with? How to manage unfulfillment, you should ask. There's another way of asking the same question. I have a desire for car. How do I manage the desire for car? Are we talking in that language? I have a desire for wealth. How do are we talking about managing desire for an object or a being? We are not talking like that. We mean desire in the sense of unfulfillment. You follow? And that unfulfillment being imaginary, constant remembrance is required. Constant knowledge is required. So, again, sequence. First, not knowing the value. Not knowing the value, you become careless, negligent. Because of carelessness and negligence, you will have wrong priorities. And because of the wrong priorities, your vision of life gets very narrow. Your vision of life gets very narrow. In that narrow vision, you will have no time for Dharma. Because Dharma and all looks like redundant. I have a very small lifespan, sir. My productive years is only this much. I don't know what is your productive years. Up to 20, you are not productive. I don't know. Up to 30, you are also. I don't know. From what age you start becoming productive, I don't know. So for a long period of time, you will not be productive. Again, for a long period of time, you may think you are very productive. Everybody around you tells you, you may think you are very productive. Everybody around you will tell you what? Please sit. Just sit in one corner and don't interfere with my life. If somebody tells you, don't interfere with my life, now what you should understand? Vanaprastha stage you should have matured. Appear you go and cry in the at that stage you should have matured. What? Don't interfere with my life. I know what I'm doing. Oh, they don't know what they're doing, sir. You also said the same thing 25 years back. You also said, I know what I am doing. Now only you realized you didn't know what you were doing. They will also go through the, therefore because of the wrong priorities, what happens? Acquisition and enjoyment will become the goal of life. In that acquisition and because of the narrow vision of life, coupled by acquisition and enjoyment, arthakama, dharma becomes very redundant. Dharma will look very redundant. Redundant because dharma will not give you artha and kama. Another dharma will become redundant. When dharma becomes redundant, shastra looks. When dharma becomes redundant, shastras will not be available to you. For shastra to be available to you, dharma should be meaningful. So dharma will not be available. You will not be dharmic. If you are not dharmic, shastra will not be available to you. If shastra is not available to you, no karma yoga, no spiritual practices, no nothing, no vairagya. Again and again and again, you will come under my spell, Nachiketas. Under my spell means my gods will come and take care of you. I will not come and waste my time because he comes only for VVIPs. Yama will not come for ordinary people like us. He will come only for special category people. This is how you manage desire at the thought level. Now, practically speaking, where do you start? This is the sequence. In that, where can you start? Dharma is the starting point. Dharma becomes a starting point. In that sequence, dharma becomes the starting point. Because through dharma, there is a maturity, there is the karma yoga, and that karma yoga will give you a clarity, and that clarity is required to understand the value of human life. The clarity is required. Without that karma yoga backed clarity, how much ever you talk about the value of human life, Chantu Nam Narajanma Durlabham. You can keep hearing it again and again and again. It's Durlabha. It's Durlabha. It's Durlabha. But sir, very important. From morning 5 o'clock, I was only watching television. Why? Because what an important day today. Somebody went and bombed somewhere and they started it. So whole day I have to sit and watch. Very important, no sir. And then evening class, Jantunam Narajanma Durlabham. One whole day got wasted in. Looking at that. I also saw. You should never have friends in different time zones. If you have friends in different time zones, your life will be 24/7, you will be awake. Yeah. If you don't have friends across time zones, you can sleep. And I was blissfully not having friends. Yeah. Over the last few years, life is becoming very boring. All the time talking. 1:50 in the morning. Call. Hey, 1:40 we got the news and I didn't want to wake you up, but I thought you should know. I said, what? My house is bombed or what? And even if the house is bombed, how will I know that even? I would have been blissfully Yeah, blissfully gone now. I don't know where we all would have got. Yeah, blissfully everything would have been, all problems would have got sorted out by now. Now, having woken up now, what do you do now? Yeah. Channel, you have to see. And I'm trying to see any Pakistan channel. I'm not getting any. No Pakistan channel is coming. No China channel is also coming. Again and again, it's the same Indian. Again, same India. Jantu nam narajanma durlabam. Jantu nam narajanma durlabam. Any meaning it has? It makes no. I'm not saying you should not know what's happening around. You should know what's happening around. But then he believes only in, he believes in the world and what's happening around. Therefore, no time to look into life penetratively. You know, Rezaji, why he called me my friend? See, no, be careful. Travel advisories and all may come. I said, will flights get cancelled? I asked. Only question I asked. Will American flights get cancelled? Will American flight get cancelled? I asked. First question I asked. American cancelled. இல்ல மாப்பிள்ள இன்னும் தெரியல. இன்னும் கரெக்டா தெரியல. I said, அது தெரிஞ்சா சொல்லு, I'll be happy. Yeah, so I can unpack all my suitcase now. No, it won't go to that extent. Then why even woke me up now or nothing? You follow? And then again, Jantu now, Narajanma, all the time the focus is on, all the time the mind is simply getting carried away by all these things. He will come under the spell of Yama again and again and again. You follow? Who asked this question? How to manage desire at the thought level? Remember Yama. Yeah, another we have that. Everything about Yama is so beautiful. Yeah. Maya Dharmarajaya Mrityavecha Antakayacha. That's how the Vedas utter prayer to Yama. If you remember Yama, what you will remember? If you remember Yama, you will remember law, you will remember Naraka, you will remember Punarjanma. If you remember Yama, you will remember law, you will remember Dharma, you will remember Punarjanma. Naraka, Punarjanma. Desires drive the action, and action produces results. What is the result that action produces? One is Sukha Dukkha is one result. Vasana is another result. Again, I repeat, action produces two types of results. One type of result is Sukham and Dukkham, joy and sorrow. Less, more, equal, opposite, is all one type of result. And then there is another, simultaneously something else also keeps coming along with it. What is that called? Vasana. So desire will drive action, and that action will result in Sukha Dukkha plus Vasana. Sukham rarely, Dukkham a lot, plus Vasana. Imagine the combination, very less Sukham, more of Narakam plus Punarjanma. This is how you write it as a formula and keep in the refrigerator. You keep seeing it every day. You'll be scared of entertaining a desire. Should be scared of entertaining a desire. Because of the, like, you should be scared of smoking. No, then only you will do the right thing. Should be Sattvic Buddhi is that, knows what to fear Sattvic buddhi is that it knows what to fear. Bhayam cha abhayam eva cha. Bhayam cha abhayam. It understands what is fear and fearlessness. So, how to understand, how to manage desire at the thought level itself. Replace it with another thought. What is another thought? Action equals sukham, within brackets, rarely. Action equals, action will produce a result. Okay, action will produce a result. Result means what? Sukham, within brackets, rarely. Dukkam, nariya, plus vasana. Vasana in the way that you understand punarjanma. Vasana means punarjanma. Don't increase your vasanas means what? Don't increase future. Don't increase future births. Finish it off somewhere down the line, close it. Somewhere down the line, stop it. This, if you repeat it in your head again and again and again, there will be out of 10 times, 3 times it will work. 7 times you will be inspired to do Karma Yoga because you are not able to remember it. 3 times you can remember, 7 times you will forget it. But that forgetfulness will inspire to do Karma Yoga so that you can remember it again. You follow? Next one. Please elaborate on the 3 levels and types of desires. What are the 3 levels and types of desires? What is he asking? Anshu is the team leader. Anshu, what is he asking?
So we'll ask him. I'll unmute him.
I'm asking you and you are saying, you say, I don't know, you should say. Yeah. I'm asking, you are the leader, you should know. He's saying, I don't know, no, it's okay. Ask him only. That I know. Amit, tell me. Have they unmuted you?
Yes.
Yes.
You said one type of desire is like a breeze. Then you just alluded to it. You said the other type of desire is like 9 months of pregnancy.
Oh, right. Okay.
If you can please elaborate on the 3 types of desires.
In the Bhagavad Gita, he defines desires as the 3: sattvic desire, rajasic desire, and tamasic desire, based on the effort it requires. Based on the effort it requires to get out of it, he defines it as sattvic, rajasic, and tamasic. Tamasic desire, you can't do anything. You just have to wait. Tamasic desire, like you have to wait for the child to emerge from the womb. That is tamasic desire. You have to wait. Rajasic desire is like wiping the mirror. Wiping, there is dust, you can wipe it. It goes. Sattvic desire is just a very mild layer of dust. You go there and just blow it up, and you just blow it, it will just disappear. These are the 3 levels of desires, as in the effort that is required to overcome that. So sattvic desire, rajasic desire, tamasic desire doesn't mean sattvic desirer of objects and beings, rajasic desirer of objects and beings, tamasic desirer of objects and beings. It's not in that sense. So sattvic, rajasic, tamasic desire means the effort that it requires to transcend. Some desires will be tamasic in nature. Tamasic in nature means what? First of all, we won't even know that we have it. How do you know that? Don't worry about that which you don't know. So if it whenever it comes, we will deal with it. Then what do? That which you have, you make an effort. What is that effort? Somewhere else we have given that he always gives an example of polishing the brass vessel. That is a rajasic type, polishing the brass vessel. It is full oxidated, and then you do something and remove the brass vessel or the iron by the iron rusty thing. You take the sandpaper, take it out, and then take a fine sandpaper, make it fine, and then wipe it with a clean cloth, and then apply some oil. Then what happens? That is the Rajasic desire. A lot of effort is required to overcome that. Sattvic desire doesn't require effort. Means because you have done so much of effort, in the past, it becomes very easy to overcome that. These are the three levels of desire based on the intensity of the desire versus the effort that is required. You follow, Amit? Some desires require, with effort you can manage it. Some, that's very few. Just one or two words you hear, one or two words you know Tulsidas, no? Tulsidas. You know what happened in his life, no? You know the life history of him. You can never find an infatuated man like Tulsidas, correct? He was so infatuated to his wife. He will never allow the wife to go anywhere. Yeah, or this fellow will go behind. She's saying she wants freedom from this man only. So he's so infatuated. One day when he went out on some business, she went to her mother's place. Tulsidas came back and he didn't see her. And he started getting restless, panicking, because she's not there. He asked, where is she? He said, no, she went to her. And the mother's house on the other side of the river. So he came rushing towards the river. Heavy rain, flooded. He saw a log, a wooden log. He jumped onto that wooden log, used that wooden log, crossed over, went to the other side. He rushed towards the house. All the doors are, heavy rains, doors are all closed. So he didn't want to disturb the whole house. So he went by the side. He saw one rope hanging. He climbed that rope and went into the wife's room and said, I'm very, now that I saw you, I'm very, she asked, how did you come? There was the wooden log. There is no wooden log there, crocodile. There's no wooden log there. It was a crocodile. Infatuation, blinding it is. That's what he said, blinding. It's a crocodile. Even crocodile didn't want him. The infatuated fellow is so poisonous. Even crocodile also didn't want. Otherwise, crocodile would have swallowed that fellow. No, it's a rope. There was no rope there. It's a snake. The snake was hanging. He used the snake as the rope and climbed. And she said, if only you have, she didn't mean it at all. If only you have the same feeling for God, you would have realized. She just said it out of contempt. That one word changed. He turned back, he looked at her and said, say that again. She said that. He said, first time when you said, something left me, he said. Something left me. That entire infatuation got dropped. Sattvic it is. Just one thing is, sattvic it is. Just one thing is enough. Just went away. And he brought out wonderful. He's a great enlightened person, Tulsidas. Sattvic desire it is. What is Rajasic desire? Lot of effort is required. What is Tamasic state? What is Tamasic state? How much ever we hear the story of Tulsidas, nothing will happen. That is the Tamasic state. She only said contemptuous. She was so contemptuous and insulting that man about his infatuation. She said, இப்படி இப்படி ஒரு இப்படி ஒரு மனுஷா பின்னாடி சுத்துறதுக்கு you could have thought about Rama. He left, never to turn back. It just dropped. That is sattva. Drops, clean drops. That's why it's called sannyasam. Nyasam means left. Sam means completely, fully. That one word from her made him. So whenever they asked him, who's your guru? He said, my wife. Because if he had not said that, I don't know, I'll be still continuing in that. I'll be still continuing in that delusion. But she changed. You follow? These are the three levels of desire in terms of intensity. Any other clarifications? No other clarifications. Okay.
Sir, I have one.
Narayanji has a question.
Oh, yes, Narayanji.
Sir, Maya, the rope, the existence of the rope creates the snake, which is the Maya, correct?
Correct, yes.
So, snake is superimposed on the rope.
Correct.
So, is unfulfillment the underlying substratum for the desire to be superimposed?
The Maya means that which is not there, you see. That is Maya. Correct? You are Paripurna, but you don't see it like that is Maya. What is Maya? You are Paripurna, but then you don't see yourself as Paripurna. Not only you don't see yourself as Paripurna, you see yourself as Apurnam. So you see yourself as Apurnam, that is the Maya. So what is the definition of Maya? You see that which is
Not there.
not there. You see that which is not there because you don't see what is there. That's implied there. That's implied there. Supposing if you see what is there, there's no Maya at all. So Maya means that which is not there, you see. Maya also means confusion. Maya means magic. Maya means confusion. Maya Jal, no. What is Maya Jal? Maya means magic also. Magic. Trick. You are tricked into believing something. That is Maya. You can be tricked into because you don't have the right chakshu. You don't have the right vision. You don't have the right eye to see. The scriptural chakshu is not there. You can be easily tricked. Are you able to follow another meaning of the word Maya? If you don't have the scriptural vision, you can be easily tricked into. How you can be easily tricked into? A non-spiritual person can trick you into making believe that you are spiritual. Narayanji. You are also sending mangoes and cars all the time, isn't it? You are just tricked into it, that's all. Yeah. That's Maya, where you can be tricked into not seeing the reality. Why you can be tricked in? How do you get tricked into it? Because you don't have the right vision. Another meaning of the word Maya, we called it as confusion. With certainty, you cannot say what it is. That is also Maya. So Maya means combine all the three. You will get some understanding of Maya. So another meaning of the word Maya is confusion. One meaning of the word Maya is superimposition. Another meaning of the word Maya is magic, tricked. The third meaning of the word Maya is confusion. What confusion means, with certainty, you cannot say whether it is there or not. With certainty, you cannot say there is no happiness in the world. With certainty, you can't say there is no happiness also. Correct? Yeah, with certainty, you cannot. Is there happiness in the world? Yes or no? No, you can't say yes. Neither can you say no. That confused state is called, that confusion is because of Maya. Therefore, Maya means confusion, delusion. Maya means superimposition. Maya means trick. In the very early Rigvedic mantras, Indra used his Maya, it will say. Indra used his Maya to trick somebody. He will use his Maya to trick somebody. The mind tricks you. Who tricks you? Who made you? The mind in you is the one that makes you the. It has that magic. What is it? Wanda. Magic thing. You follow Maya means? So, superimposition, illusion, confusion, and you are tricked into it. With this definition of Maya, now we'll come to the clarification. Are you okay now? First, we'll use the word, first we'll define what we mean by Maya. And then we'll come to the clarification. What is the clarification now?
Is the unfulfillment the underlying substratum for the desire to be superimposed? Is
Yes.
desire being superimposed on the unfulfillment?
Unfulfillment expresses itself as desire. Unfulfillment is the superimposition. Again, desire is not superimposed on unfulfillment. Desire is a further grossification of unfulfillment. So unfulfillment is the superimposition. And that unfulfillment will further grossify itself as desire. It's like disease, the underlying disease and the symptoms of it. So desire and the modifications are symptoms. At one level, what are the symptoms? Krodha, Lobha, Mada, Matsarya, Bhaya is the symptom and desire is the disease. And then you go deeper, desire becomes the symptom, unfulfillment is the disease. And then you go deeper, unfulfillment is Maya, imaginary.
So fulfillment is the
Reality.
Purnatvam is the reality.
Reality, yes.
Fulfillment is the superimposition.
Superimposition, correct. Purnatvam is the reality, Apurnatvam is the superimposition.
And that apurvatvam you are saying as vasana, maya, moha.
Exactly, all that. Exactly.
Therefore, when people generally use moha maya as a together.
Yes. Most of the time what happens is all these words will be used so interchangeably. Once you get the concept clear, then you can play around with the words. It doesn't make any difference after that. So, what is the superimposition? Apurnatvam is the Purnatvam is the Adhishtanam, the base. Upon that adhishtanam base, purnatvam, apurnatvam gets superimposed. This is where it is logically not acceptable, anirvachaniyam it is. How can purnatvam delude itself into apurnatvam? That's where that first point is always something that is very, you'll always find something that is non-acceptable, something that is very illogical in the very proposition level itself. What is a proposition? Purnatvam is the adhishtanam, and that purnatvam is the, upon that purnatvam comes apurnatvam. So superimposition is apurnatvam. You follow? So desire is not a superimposition. But then most of the time we talk about desire because the word desire is more easily relatable than the word apurnam. But use the word apurnam. Don't use the word desire a lot. Because whenever you talk about desire, straight away your thinking goes extrovert. The moment you use the word apurnatvam, your thinking will come introvert. That's why we don't use the word, me personally, I would not love to use the word desire a lot. You would have noticed, I always use the word apurnatvam, those kind of words a lot. Because whenever you use certain words, by default, you will become introvert. Some words you use, by default, you will become, the thinking will go outside. Because whenever we talk about desire, immediately the mind will go to what? The object of desire, isn't it? But then if you use the word apurnatvam, where will you look apurnatvam? You can't look apurnatvam in an object outside. So apurnatvam is where is?
Objective.
Inside of you, subjective. That's why some words should be uncompromisingly mixed up. Don't mix up certain words. Clear? Are you able to follow the logic what I'm saying, Narayanji? So
Yes,
it goes. Desire nale, it goes to the object. Straight away it will go to the object. Desire for what, you will ask, isn't it? And then we'll want to handle that. When I say desire for the pebbles, name, fame, power, position. And then the question is, how do I handle the desire for name? How do I handle the desire for fame? How do I handle the desire for pebble? You can never teach anybody that way. Why? Because the person will come. Remember that example that he always gives. You will come and ask how to handle the mother-in-law, a solution can be given. Next day, you will come and ask how to deal with the daughter-in-law. And then a solution can be given to that also. Third day, you will come and ask how to deal with the neighbor. That way, there's no, so because the very thinking is extrovert. Now, in order to ensure that you are not managing anything of that sort, you need to handle within yourself. What word you should use?
Purvatvam.
Apurnam. Apurnam. Purnam. Apurnam. Purnam na full. A means non. Non-full means what we feel as a sense of Maya it is. Are you completely unfulfilled? No. Are you fully empty? No. Are you full? Fully full? No. Of always half glass. Half glass full, half glass empty. And the attention will always go on that half empty and how to make it full. And how much ever you make it full, straight away it will come to half. Yeah. So the law of destiny. Yeah, the law of destiny is what? Half permanent, half glass. And that permanent half glass is what gives you the moha. What? Now that I have half a glass already, I can do something and make it full. Supposing if it is always empty, you will never have a problem. Other futile, sir, you will straight away, you will drop. But then it doesn't happen like that. That's why the law of life is so funny. Why it is designed like that, we don't know, but that's Maya. What's Maya? Always half empty, That half full gives you the motivation to fill the remaining half. Always that half empty gives you the motivation. Elsewhere, Ram Tirtha calls it as 99 club. I'm using another example. Ram Tirtha calls it as the club of 99. Membership for many janmas free, he says. Yeah. Membership for many janmas free. Yeah. Now we will go in. How can you get out of that chakra? So apurnatvam is the superimposition, and that superimposition has apurnatvam grossifies itself. Grossifies itself as thought, desire, action. So that apurnatvam grossifies itself as thought, desire, action. Now what knowledge does? Knowledge wants to inquire, is the apurnatvam real? If the apurnatvam is real, you will be easily reconciled to be agitated, because that's reality, no? If apurnatvam is real, we all will be happy, contented, being agitated, because we know that's the reality. Yeah, we will know. We will not make we will not try to extract oil from desert sand. Yeah, desert in the sand oil varu. But in the very, very initial stages of spiritual education, the word desire is a better word. Because at least you will want to manage the pebbles, no? Name, fame, power, position, whatever be those. At least you will not be that infatuated towards it. At least it becomes under manageable proportion. Once it comes under manageable proportion, you can use the word apurnam. And then you get to that sattvic state like Tulsidas. Who writes about all this? Tulsidas writes about all this. He only said all this. He only said that one word. That one word will differ from person to person, but sattvic desire will always have one irrelevant trigger. Like for Ramana Maharshi, the trigger word was, he just heard Arunachala. Where did you come from? He said, I came from Tiruvannamalai. Nothing. What? Arunachala. He turned back and said, what did you say? Arunachala. எனக்கு அருணாச்சலம்னா என்ன ஞாபகம் வரும்? 30 நாள்ல 1000 கோடி செலவு பண்ணும். 30 நாள்ல 30 கோடியா? அதான சினிமா? Amit, you don't know Tamil, you don't watch Rajinikanth movies, and you want to attain moksha. I don't know how you will attain. So, however, whenever we talk about Arunachalam, we don't remember Tiruvannamalai, Arunachaleshwara and all. We remember immediately our Talaivar. Yeah. Trigger. Just that one word brings a complete personality change. It means like the last drop in the titration example. Like the last drop, some effort has been happened a lot. All that is waiting for that, just for that one. And that one makes the change. You follow? Therefore, the Purnatvam is the Adhishtanam, Apurnatvam is the superimposition. How can, that's where the logical fallacy that everybody points out about this Vedanta is, how can that which is intrinsically Purnam can get into Apurnam? That's why they say, wait. Don't try to intellectually understand that. Go through the process, and once you come to that height, you will understand. What? Superimposition never happened. Superimposition never happened. Snake never ever came out of the rope. How can snake come out of the rope? That's why that Raju Sarpanyaya, beautiful analogy, that rope and snake, that clay and pot, snake and rope, extraordinary example, like ocean, apuryamanam, machala pratishtam. There are some examples which are, you don't need to, you don't have to change it at all. You can just keep repeating it again and again and again. How can snake come out of the rope? Can snake ever come out of the rope? Maya means that which exists as long as you see it. நீங்க பார்க்கிற வரைக்கும் அது இருக்கும். Maya means that which will exist as long as you are remaining ignorant. Maya means that which will cease to exist moment knowledge comes in. Again, another definition. Maya means that which will continue to exist as long as you remain ignorant. The moment you bring in knowledge, what happens? It ceases to. So that which ceases to exist upon knowledge is Purnam. That which ceases to exist. What will cease to exist? Maya. Boy is saying snake, 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 suffering, affected, disturbed, everything. All that the other person does is what? He will not carry stick. He will not call for fire and rescue team. All that the fellow who knows, who has knowledge will do what? He'll take the torchlight. He'll take the torchlight. Say, Kudava, first come. In the light, tell me what is it. That's knowledge. In the light, first I will light it. Yeah. That which ceases to exist when it is exposed to knowledge is Maya. So Maya ke precondition in ignorance. What did you give him today? I think you gave him some nice thing today. Yeah. The moment for Maya to exist, you must cooperate with it by remaining ignorant. Your cooperation is required for Maya to exist. How do you cooperate? By being ignorant. That's what Yama said in Kathopanishad. You cooperate. How do you cooperate? By being ignorant. And what is ignorance means? The wrong priorities, carelessness and negligence about human life, dharma, allanda ignorance. So for Maya, Maya means that which doesn't exist the moment it is exposed to light. Dhiyoyona prachodayat. That's why we say first light vartam. Then we will talk. First bring in light. First bring in light. Dhiyoyona prachodayat. Dhiyoyona prachodayat. Morning, noon and night you have to keep repeating it. Dhiyoyona prachodayat. Because first bring in light, and then if the snake is still there, we'll deal with it. In the darkness, you can't deal with that snake. In the darkness, what you have to do? You have to take a stick. You have to call for a snake charmer. Yeah, fire and rescue department. Enga sir question already. One simple thing. When snake comes, what you have to do? in order not to scare the snake? Abde nikanu. You should not move. If you more and more you move, more and more it panics. It's not running fast to strike you. It is panicking and so all that you have to do is what? Chumma nikanu. சும்மா நின்னா அது காம் ஆயிடும். அப்புறம் அது போய் பிடிக்கிறது ரொம்ப ஈஸி. டோன்ட் ட்ரை ஆல் திஸ். டோன்ட் ட்ரை ஆல் திஸ். கோப்ரா சார். சரி, கோப்ராலாம் இங்க வரவே வராதுப்பா. Such cobra will not come in a city like this. Cobra sir, we have a huge king cobra cave. Snake nale cobra dana. And king cobra comes out of a rope. And this king cobra came out of a rope. Who kept the name Raju for you? Huh? Certain thought associations are irritating. No, that's what I'm saying. So now, whenever I say Raju Sarpanyaya, who's coming? You don't want that, no. You follow? Narayanji. For the longevity of the Maya is dependent on the longevity of your ignorance. If you choose to remain ignorant for thousands of janmas, Maya will remain for thousands of janmas. If you choose to gain knowledge now, Maya goes. You follow? And what is Maya? Apurnatvam. Is it, not taking Apurnatvam as real. If you take Apurnatvam as real, half glass story. Always half full, half empty. Is it okay? With this, we conclude and we'll continue next week.